One truth, one rant at a time. One mic, one truth, one rant at a time.
Welcome to the Lights, Camera, Rant Podcast. Your source for the latest on movies, TV shows, and video games. Get ready for ranting, raving, and reviewing. Here is your host, Lee.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Lights, Camera, Rant. As always, I'm your wonderful host, Mr. Rant, and we need to talk about the news, reviews of Peacemaker, which I was a bit like, okay, that episode was very interesting. But for everyone who's brand new, welcome. Take a seat, grab a drink. And anyone who's returning, you know exactly where to go. But anyone who's brand new, welcome to the show. And we are going to get into this. This is where we rant about all the latest news, the good, the bad, the ugly, and of course, review what is the latest in the streaming, which at the moment, streaming-wise, I don't know about you, but like, holy shit, we have so much that's currently happening at the moment. You've got Dexter, you've got Wednesday, which has a small break, you've got Alien Earth, you've got Peacemaker, you've got Twisted Metal, and all coming you at once. And unfortunately, every single show that I've just mentioned is on a different streaming platform. So like, you get $20, you get $20, you get $20, you get $20. But hey, it's all for it. It's all for it, especially for how good these shows have been. I am looking forward to the other half of Wednesday. It does suck the fact it's only another 4 episodes. And then we're going to have to wait another three years, I'm guessing, another 2.5 years until we get next season, which will be another 8 episodes. Remember when shows used to come out every single year? You used to get 9 episodes this year, 9 episodes this year, 9 episodes this year. Now it's just like you almost forget about the show entirely because you just forget because, oh, wow. Hey, we also got Joshy on YouTube. Thanks for coming past. Appreciate it. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. I hope you enjoy the rant and hey, enjoy the conversation. As always, we go live on YouTube for these episodes. So anything can really happen, and most likely I will swear. But yeah, I do miss those days when the fact that we did get a show every single a new season every single year. Now it's just like you completely forget about the show entirely, and you're just dying to get the next episode so much. You're like, come on, when are we getting the next one? Which is one of the shows that we're going to talk about in today's episode, which we got the brand new trailer for, which is great, but I'm a bit like, great, but $50 right now saying this live is the fact that it's going to be split in half. And for everyone who listened last week, you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about, and we need to talk about this because it's just so annoying. I tell you what, the fact it's been split. But let's get into it. Let's get into the news. Let's talk about what's been happening the past week. So very first thing to talk about is now for all Percy Jackson fans. Season 2 is coming. It is coming in end November/November, season 2, which that's not the show I'm talking about. That's going to be broken up into 2 sections. Well, I'm kind of hoping not. I actually don't know if Disney Plus has done that, but I don't think we'll get that. So it'll be great. But it looks like Daphne King will be joining the cast for season 3, which it's taken about 2 years since we've got from season 1 and season 2. So we're probably looking at 20. I'd say 20, saying 2027, I'd say roughly 2028, roughly was when we're going to be getting that season, but she will be joining as one of the goddesses, which right now, I don't know if you guys have ever seen Daphne King's Instagram, could be a little bit interesting how that's going to go. But hey, it could be very interesting. What's this? The taste of. Ooh, okay. Maybe right. How can you be this interested in modern slop? Man, hey, everything's all got qualities. The bad, the good, the bad. There's always something for everyone on this. Except for movies like Don't Look Up, which is completely giant pile of trash. Trying to think of something else that was actually terrible. Actually, the Materialist, which came out most recently, that was really, really bad. That was. You ever watch a movie and you're just like, wow, I'm never gonna get that hour back at all. Yet here we are. So we're going to begin. So that's there's some bad stuff. There's some good stuff. But hey, we're also going to talk about video games as well. So there's a lot to talk about going into that. But yes, for Percy Jackson fans, season 3, definitely keen to be joining, which I am all in. A taste for. So we heading back to the 90s and 2000s till this ride gets back on track. Man, 90s and 2000s movies were a different vibe. Even before 2010s. And right now, those movies, pretty much all those movies have got sequels, reboots, prequels, or everything else in together for those films. Like, what's the other day I saw that it's rumored that currently we're going to be working on Heat 2. I'm like, does that really need a sequel? I'm like, okay. But then again, there's so many things that you could also argue the fact that, there's really been that many sequels for the MCU, which they do. There does have to be that many sequels in the MCU, and I will fight that to my dying days, the fact that we need to do that. Okay, so this, if you want something fresh, something different, something a little bit horror, I don't know if I'm going to go watch this, but I really do want to go watch it, which you haven't already, is go have a look at the trailer for this new movie called Good Boy. So this film is a horror film shot from the dog's point of view. So what happens is his owner's house is being haunted by demons, spirits, all that fun stuff. But the best thing about it is all from the dog's point of view. So it's very different. And before anyone asks, it has, which thanks to Google, people have constantly been Googling this all the time, is the fact that, yes, which is not really a spoiler, but the dog does survive. The dog does survive. The tasteful, the thickness, Weapons was good. Yes. I haven't seen Weapons, but all the reviews have been fantastic for that. So I need to go watch it. I was meant to go to the premiere for it, but unfortunately I was overseas when it happened. So it's on my hit list to watch. But my colleagues who did go see that, absolutely loved it and had a lot to say about it too. The Galactic Core podcast. Thanks for coming past, man. Appreciate it. If you haven't already, I've said this time and time again, if you haven't gone and subscribe to this man, you need to. This man's killing it. Instagram, YouTube, all the fun stuff. Go check out this man's page. And not to mention, he's just joined the show, so most likely, if he hasn't already, give it a few minutes. There'll be a moment where he's going to diss on how much I don't know about Star Wars, and he enjoys it every single time. Sorry, Clone Wars, particular, he's going to diss me on. So, for everyone who's just watching and waiting, that's going to be around the corner. But yes, if you haven't already, go check out. If you want something different, if you're sick of movies that are just like on repeat again and again and again, or you feel like you've seen the same plot again and again and again, Good Boy looks to be that uncut gem that's going to be that little bit different, which is coming out in October. The tasteful thickness, I would recommend Good Boy. Have you seen the trailer for it? Whatever you think. So that's coming out in October. But if you're looking for something that's it could be entirely shit, but from what everyone's saying for the very early screenings, well, the reviews are looking at pretty good. Also, yeah, it's so funny, Galacticore podcast, that you've come at this right time because I need to talk about this. Is that the actor, Manny Shinzo, who was in The Acolyte, he said in a recent interview that he hopes that The Acolyte will age like fine wine, meaning it will age like the prequels. And at one point, it's going to come back and you'll be like, no, that was so good. That was a good fit. That was such a good show. We should have got season 2. all that fun stuff. It's going to take a while. Now, don't get me wrong. I didn't hate The Acolyte, which, if everyone who's listening to this show knows the fact I don't hate it. It has got some of the best lightsaber duels, period. And the fact that it's a completely different period of time, also fantastic. That was also great too. But it's almost like here's all these great elements and mashing it together and not as good as it could have been and a little bit left desirable for. So it might age. Look, I think it might age like fine wine and be like the prequels one day, as all Star Wars shows, or as all Star Wars does. If you hate it, it's eventually going to be going to look back and go, actually, you know what? That was pretty good. That was pretty good. So, but look, man, I think by the time that he's going to look back and go, oh, actually, it was fantastic, will be probably be about 15 to 20 years. Oh, there you go. You've just said it right there. It took everyone 15 years to love the prequels. Imagine how many times you could watch the Clone Wars during that time. Yeah, I walked into that. One. You've got me there, good sir. But I think it's going to take longer. But something that is aging, well, not really aging, but it's something fantastic and is bloody brilliant every single week, every single time. I don't care what anyone says, is that Robert Kirkman, who created Invincible, of course created The Walking Dead, has really recently said in an interview the fact that the whole idea is, at the moment, the show's been planned out for 7 seasons of Invincible. He would like to go to 9 to evenly wrap everything up. And if that is the case, hell yes. If it continues at this quality, goddamn, this is going to be brilliant. And I'm all up for it. And look, I know Invincible could be better. Like, I know people compare it to Demon Slayer, like, why the animation this, why is it taking so long? And, but we got Invincible season 3. Season 3? Yeah, season 3 this year. And the ending, everything was just picture perfect. It is an animated show that I'm watching right now that I absolutely love. It is currently, the comic is in my wish list folder, I think, in my Amazon. I think it is wish list is right there. Wanting this because I'm like so excited to get a comic and read it from that point of view. But look, if we're getting 7 seasons of Invincible, and if we can go up to 9, that's probably one of the best news I read all week. That was just like, fuck yeah, take my money. So hopefully that does happen. Amazon, I know our Amazon money, but please just keep pumping money into Invincible. As long as it stays in that quality, let's keep it going. That's what I want to see. But yeah, good news for Invincible fans. Blade fans, maybe not so much. Blade is, the MCU at the moment is, it's currently going reshuffle. We've had some really solid hitters for the last 2 films, except for Cat 4. Like, we got that, and I'm up off that. And, at the moment, they announced Blade. They announced the Blade movie. And everyone was excited for it. Everyone's up for it. Mahershala Ali is going to be Blade. And then it's just gone. Like, it's just been such a rough thing. Like, we were already meant to have it by now. Like, I think November last year, it was originally announced. Then it's delayed. And currently has no official release date at all. And is completely in limbo, which is really gut-wrenching. And so when they announced Marvel Zombies and when they announced the fact that Blade was going to be in it, of course, just like you and me, I was like, okay, so Mahershala Ali will be in the show. I assume so because, the only time he's made it really hasn't made an appearance. The only time he's kind of been in it was for Internals, which is really gut-wrenching because Internals are never going to Returnal ever, period. I'll be very surprised if we see them in Doomsday or Secret Wars. Okay, because that is not happening after that poor reception. It's, it's going to go through for all the actors involved, especially when the fact that they thought this was going to be another banger, which unfortunately it wasn't. It is. I know some people are like, "Oh, Eternals wasn't too bad." Eternals is probably the only MCU film I have not returned to go watch for a second time, and I don't really recommend anyone going back to watch it at all because it's it's just one of those movies that we've just seen. It's like, okay, let's just all agree it never existed. We do not have to see them ever again, and we hope we don't. But apparently, back to my original point is apparently Mahershala Ali is not returning for Marvel Zombies. He's been recast, and look, it's like, don't get me wrong, like, some of the MCU people haven't returned for all the animated projects, but most of them have. So it's kind of like, not like it's not the worst thing, but it's almost like another kind of like punch in the gut that we are not going to be getting. We're not going to be getting this at all. Even just like, I thought it would just be a nice little thing. The fact he was going to come back, he was going to be in Marvel Zombies. We're hearing his character as a different version, of course, but officially going the fact he is in the MCU, kind of like putting that stamp of approval. But that doesn't seem to be the case. And look, Marvel did technically wiped off the Inhumans movie that was meant to be a movie, which turned into a TV show, which bombed harder than. There's a line there, but I'm not going to go down that. That bombed it pretty bad. So I'm not going to go. I'm not going to go down that road. But I was just, this kind of like disappointed me. I was like, really? Like, we can't even get him for that. And another disappointment. So this is a really weird one. So you have a TV show. You have season 1. The premiere does really well. The reviews for it are fantastic. And then you announce, there's going to be a season 2. We're going to make it. We're going to do it. Let's do this. It's all going. And then 4 months later, you go, sorry, I was, we were joking. We were actually not going to renew it at all. I will not be getting season 2. Thank you. And that's what's happened to Dexter Original Sin. That was originally announced to be having a season 2. Everyone seemed to be on board, no issues. The praise for it was fantastic. And now we get this announcement, which is so weird to me. Like, I know, of course, in this industry, everything is a business expense. If the dollars aren't there, it is not going to see the light of day. Ever. Period. It's not going to be happening. But the fact that everything was positive. No, it was not really. Like, yes, there was a couple of gripes about the show in like thicker detail, but not overall. Like, I thought it was great. I thought it slipped into the whole Dexter universe fantastic. And the fact that Dexter Resurrection has had scenes that have referenced that show have been great. So it's just weird to me that they've just backtracked on this. I feel sorry for all the actors involved that were excited, being like, oh my God, we're coming back. Let's do this. The whole cast did a great job. Everyone praised the cast. But I guess that's just weird, the fact that's how it ends. And like, don't get me wrong, like how it did end, it didn't really end on a big cliffhanger to the point where you're like, oh, we need to know. Like, you can watch Dexter Original Sin, go watch Dexter the show, and it's fine. It goes from pace to pace. So that element of it is all good. So that you don't have to worry about. But yeah, just a weird thing. Like, don't get me wrong, Dexter Resurrection is going great right now. The rumor is the fact that there's going to be another season or 2. No official announcement at this stage. But it's just kind of weird, the fact that that's just been cancelled after saying, yes, it is. Now, this is something for Amazon Prime that I feel like it's just been in development for so long. Is Blade Runner 2099. Now, this will be going on Amazon Prime, this TV show. It's got the Amazon money behind it. It is a sequel to the Ryan Gosling and Harrison Ford sequel that we got 2049, and this will be coming. And as I totally say that, I totally just forgot her name. What was her name? It's going to bug me until I see it. Michelle Yeoh, that's it, Michelle. Yeah, she is going to be appearing in this. There's no plot details for it exactly. But yeah, it's just going to be debuting Amazon Prime. No mention to the fact of how many episodes. Mr. Galactic Law podcast. Believe it or not, I have not seen the first Blade Runner. Dude, what are you talking about? You need to go watch Blade Runner. I can't believe you haven't seen Blade Runner. No, it's one of those movies that you just need. It's Blade Runner is up there when you talk about, have you seen Indiana Jones? Have you seen Ghostbusters? Have you seen Back to the Future? Have you seen Godfather? Like, it's that same breath. You need to go watch this, sir. And trust me, I think you will enjoy it. I don't think you will hate it. Like, it's for its time. So definitely go check it out. You will not be disappointed. But yes, the Blade Runner 2019 on Amazon Prime is coming next year, hopefully early next year. Not seen. Oh my god, dude! How have you not seen The Godfather? You don't need to watch. Now I was about to say you don't need to watch 2 and 3 of The Godfather, but The Godfather is very much like Alien. You have to watch Alien, and you have to watch Aliens 2. It's Terminator. You have to watch Terminator 1. You have to watch Terminator 2. Back to the Future. You will have to see Back to the Future. You have to watch Back to the Future 2. So you need to see The Godfather, man. Get that letterbox. Make your letterbox. Make your letterbox. I will subscribe to it. Watch The Godfather. I want to know what you think of it. And watch Blade Runner. I hate to know how much movies that you have not seen. And even though I can't talk, because if I wait a little bit longer as we're recording this, he will mention about Clone Wars. That's right around the corner. But yes, definitely you need to go watch The Godfather, man. I can't believe you have not seen it. Sorry, going back. What we also got the past week, which I'm really excited for, is we got the trailer for Fallout Season 2, which will be coming in December this year, which we didn't have the date, but December 17th. So this is the show I was mentioning, the fact that I really hope Amazon doesn't split this. Come on, Amazon. Now, Fallout Season 1 was a complete dump of episodes. You got all the episodes. I hope we do get this again, and they don't split up, because it would be a nice, fantastic Christmas present. But the Fallout trailer, again, it just feels like the first trailer. Like, this whole world, the fact they're going from present to past, all the characters are there. We're getting New Vegas. Like, it just looks good. And like this, no pun intended, this is prime television right here. And I'm just hoping that we get the same craft and same quality in the God of War TV show that is also on Amazon Prime as well. If we're going to keep going down the road, let's give Red Dead Redemption to Amazon Prime if they can produce it at this rate. I would love to see a Red Dead Redemption 2 TV show, because you could pump that into like 5 seasons of how much content that story was. Yeah, 5 stories. Yeah, you could do that with Arthur Morgan and the whole gang. I think the internet would lose their minds for that show. And the fact you could also break it down in when they move the camp, each time they move the camp, that's a new season. Like, that would be a good way for it to fade in and go into the next one. Like, that would be good as well. So that's an option. But sorry, pulling back. But Fallout is where we're talking about this, is that, yes, that's coming. Yes, we got the release date. The fingers crossed of the fact we just don't have the split season. I really hope not. And if you have seen the trailer, let me know what you think. Loved all the little Easter eggs. It's just going to be perfect prime television. And of course, we're going to be reviewing it right here when that drops. And in fact, I feel like I'm also going to be opening my Christmas presents, watching it when I'm going to be also doing by the time I'm going to be able to record it. But hopefully a bit sooner. Also, now, I don't know. I don't know if this is a smart decision or everyone really cares after what happened with Season 2. So one of the showrunners of The Last of Us has said apparently Season 3 will be longer than Season 2. Now, if you told me this after season 1, I'd be like, yeah, bring on the more Last of Us. But after season 2, it's kind of like, maybe you don't have to. Maybe just don't push it. Like, you don't have to push it. No, just give us the same amount of episodes. No one's asking for more episodes. Collectively, individually, yes, but nothing major. So that's the little thing to keep in mind of. But I don't know. It's just a darn shame. Unfortunately for ladies and gentlemen, ranters and red tits, if you go watch The Last of Us, season 1, picture perfect from the game. Magnificent. Magnifico. However you want to say it. It was great. Season 2 starts off great and then just kind of like just slumps. And I've never seen, it's been a while since I've seen a show with so much hype just die in the ass of it all. And it's just gut-wrenching because it's Pedro Pascal. So it's just gut-wrenching to see that's what's happened to it. But what can you do? But hey, if you want more episodes of The Last of Season 3, you are going to get, don't know if you really want it. Also, quick reminder, which I know we've been talking about Mortal Kombat. I know we've been talking about Fallout, Last of Us just recently. But don't forget that they are making a live-action Street Fighter movie that will be coming out next year. I think late next year or early 2027 it will be coming out. Because I feel like we've been talking about all these, and then we got we've had some behind-the-scenes looks, but I keep forgetting this movie is actually in development. Because it's just like, oh, that's just over in the corner. You're like, you just stay right there. I'll come back to you when I'm free. But don't forget the Street Fighter movie is currently works live action. My curious thing about this is, how is this going to look different to every other fighting movie? How are the characters going to look? And how's it going to, I know it's different to Mortal Kombat, but of course, you're making sure the fact it is that little bit different and not just your typical martial arts movie. Oh, it's going to be like Bloodsport. Like, where's that ground of martial combat, martial arts, ridiculous characters? How's it all going to shape and fall? But I have no doubt that when the trailer finally drops for this is going to go boom to the sky. Speaking of something that's going to explode, is the fact that in the past week we've also had Gamescom, which one of the highlights of that was the Deadpool VR game, which looks wild to me. And if you haven't watched the trailer, please go check this out, because on the Galaxy Quest, we're getting Lady Deathstroke, we're getting Red Omega, like we're getting a lot of the characters. It looks funny, it looks insane. Probably my most thing about this that's really drawn me into it is the fact that it's the art style. It looks so comic book accurate. Like, I'm all for it. It reminds me of the Deadpool video game, which if you haven't, go play that game. That game is so much fun. So many sneak cameos, breaking the fourth wall, all of it. So definitely go check this out. Deadpool VR game. I don't have a Galaxy Quest, but if I did have it, I'm all for it. The Galactic Podcast. The upcoming game confirmed to be in the same universe as Spider-Man game. That's cool. The upcoming Wolverine game confirmed. Yes. Unfortunately, good sir, as I feel like that is one of those games that just got announced way too early. Like, it's just in the past week, we've been talking about Spider-Man 3. I'm like, I feel like going, no. We're not going to be talking about Spider-Man 3. We need to get the Wolverine game that you promised us, like, I know it's not 10 years ago, and I'm being ridiculous, but still feels like ages since we got the trailer for that Wolverine. And I do know that the studio did have some rush with the hacks, the leaks, all of it. And it's a darn shame because of the fact how good Spider-Man 1 was, how good Spider-Man 2 was. And then that all happened to him because, there was meant to be a whole bunch of DLC packs for Spider-Man 2, but that's not, I don't think that's even coming out anymore. They did have some type of time frame. It was leading into Carnage was one of them, and I'm pretty sure that's all not going to be happening, which is really gut-wrenching in here. And look, I do hope it sees a light of day, but it does seem like the studio is just in recovery at the moment, trying to work things out, rebuilding. And it sucks. It just sucks because that Wolverine game set in that universe, I'm like, that'd be so cool. Excuse me. Another game which, this was just bound to happen. It happened with the Friday the 13th. It happened with it has happened with Nightmare on Elm Street, which would be sick. But it happened Friday the 13th. It's happened with Dead by Daylight and Ash as well. But we are going to be getting a Halloween game, very similar to those games with Michael Myers, where it's going to be the asymmetrical. Where obviously you're going to be the either going to be the victims or you're going to be Michael Myers, which is going to be very interesting. The trailer didn't really show much. It just was an announcement. The fact it's coming in 2026. Oh, also, if you were wondering, that Deadpool VR game is coming in 2026 as well. So that's going to be coming. So yes, the Halloween game, which part of me is like, I'm like, cool. I'll check it out. I'll play it. But at the same time, I'm like, I'm happy to wait. It's not going to be, I'm like, not like, oh my God, I really need this. This really needs to come out right now. I'm like, I can wait. But this game, a lot of you might not know about this game, but it is, for me, like I know right now, the past 9 months, I've been absolutely obsessed with Helldivers, and we're going to talk about Helldivers later on in this episode. But what for me is that I'm one of those guys. I like city building games, strategy, simulation, and obviously action games a little bit more, like God of War. But the city building ones where Roller Coaster Tycoon, that's kind of where I grew up in that aspect. Is that there's a game by Paradox Games. It's called Surviving Mars. Now I've sunk in so many hours in this game on the PlayStation. Of course, it's basically a city building. You're on Mars. You got to try and survive. And eventually, when you do survive to a degree, you obviously start trying to change the planet to make it green, to be like Earth, because you need to make basically Earth 2. Not really a spoiler, but that's kind of what the plot is for all that. But we got this announcement in the past week, which I was kind of surprised. It's called Mars Relaunched. So it looks like it's going to be a remastered, up-to-date version of the game, and it's going to be coming on PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X, coming onto this with new content. It looks very crisp. It looks slightly detailed of what the new stuff is. It was a bit short. It just said it's coming soon. I'm kind of hoping that this coming soon does mean 2025. That would be great if it is going. But if it's not, what can you do? But I do hope that this does right. But yeah, it looks really good. I'm done for it because right now, when you don't buy it on the PlayStation, it hasn't had a remaster update. Like it's from the same publisher as City Skylines. City Skylines? Yeah, City Skylines. That's what it's called. Yeah, so it's from the same people, which that did get a remaster update for the PlayStation and across the board. So this looks like this should be next. They did make another one called Surviving the Aftermath. Surviving Aftermath, yes. Another game called Surviving the Depth or the Abyss, which looks really cool, but apparently reviews for that are very shady on Steam at the moment, which I did like the concept. It would be cool, but from the reviews, it sounds like the game needs a complete rework before it ever jump on PlayStation, which, City Skylines was also meant to be dropping on PlayStation nearly a year ago, which I'm kind of really bummed about because I'm like, well, we're still waiting. We're still waiting for that. That sucks. But Helldivers fans, have we got something exciting that we got in the past week? Is that we've got officially, I know it was teased, but we've officially got the ODST collab War Bond. That's coming. We got the trailer. Yes. Take my money. And as I'm recording this, tomorrow is August 2026. August 26th, which means the Xbox players will be dropping into Helldivers. So it's going to be very interesting to see how that game's going to be playing tomorrow. I'm very curious to see how the numbers go, because I know right now, if you're watching the game right now, you can tell they're getting ready for another big battle with all the Xbox players going to be coming in. And again, as I'm saying, it's still weird to me still with me when I see it, and you watch the trailer, and there's the PlayStation logo, and then the PlayStation Studios logo, and there's Xbox. I'm like, this is wild. This is ridiculous. You know, I can't believe that's what it is right now. That how this game has just brought communities together. There are a couple of people or a clique or people saying the fact that, oh no, when we find out which players are Xbox, we're going to take them down because it's a PlayStation game. I'm like, shut up. I know it's just rage bait. I know it's what it's for, but it's so stupid. But yes, people are already saying that as well. But the fact that the entire war bond looks great, I will be buying this. And I'm just hoping, I have that slimmer of hope, the fact that this isn't the end of it, that there's going to be more collabs with in the Halo universe, which be great. The weapons, hopefully they're going to be good. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that going into this game, it's going to be good. And it doesn't feel like cheap, or the fact they're ineffective, or they're useless, or it's like, really, you're only using it because of the fact that it's Halo, and you're like, well, I'm going back to my other weapon because, well, this is shit. That's kind of what I'm really hoping doesn't happen. But Halo, PlayStation fans, Xbox fans, Halo fans, Helldivers fans, we're in for one wild ride after day after tomorrow. So I'm really excited for that. Also, this was a little bit of a drop, but this looks absolutely sick. So we're not going to get Arkham 4. But this is the closest thing we're going to get to Batman Arkham 4, because the combat is exactly the same like the Arkham franchise. We've got Batman, Lego Batman, The Legacy of the Dark Knight, which we're getting old Batman. We're getting Christian Bale. It looks like a whole legacy, a massive open world for this. I have played the first Batman Lego game. Played the first one, didn't play the second one, didn't play the third one. But this just looks absolutely cool and looks so wild to me because of what they can do. And they've said that you will, unlike other games in the Lego franchise where you go to play different characters, but if this one you are just Batman. There's the different Batman cars. This is basically just Batman multiverse, or Batman No Way Home in a kind of a way, which looks so cool. And I'm like, I'm not usually into these games, but you have my full undivided attention going into this, and this looks mad. So definitely going to pick up this game. It is coming out in 2026, which is kind of slightly annoying because some of these games come. I was like, oh cool, 2026 coming soon, 2026. I'm like, cool, these are great. I'm excited. But what's going to happen? Actually, one game I keep forgetting about entirely, which I do wish we had some kind of update for it, which I don't think we've had one for a while, is that it's called Judas, and it's by the same creators behind who made BioShock, which recently BioShock 4 is apparently in the can or not happening. But this game looks very much BioShock. It looks fantastic. I'm so in for this 100%. But it's initially was meant to release this year. There is no, as I'm reading this, there is currently no official release date for this game, Judas, which has been delayed past its previous anticipated March 2025 window. The game was confirmed by its publisher, Take-Two Interactive, to launch in March 2025 at the latest. This frame is now passed without any further updates. The release date is now to be announced. So it's just really sucks because it's like the trailer blew everyone away. Everybody loved it, all for it, and now it's just like, okay, and what's happening with it now? Like that's the kind of at the stage. Like hello. But it just shocked. It's just shit. Basically, it basically looks like BioShock. But that sucks because that was happening. Like I know, here it's been delayed. I'm like, the sucky thing is like, yeah, it's been delayed, but When's it coming? Just say, oh, yeah, it's been delayed to 2026 sometime. That's all you have to say. Just give us some tiny little bit of hope. But I don't think we will, sadly. But yeah, definitely look at that. Now, let's talk about why you're all here. Let's talk about Peacemaker Season 2. So, Peacemaker Season 2, we've got John Cena. We've got the crew back for this. We've got the entire crew back for this. I loved it. This first episode lets you know what everyone's been up to. It gives you that Peacemaker vibes, the soundtrack, and what's going to happen, and hooks you on for the rest of the season. So, just as a quick thing, just as a fresh memory, is the fact that this is 8 episodes long. I thought it was going to break into multiple parts, but no. 8 episodes long. It's going to go all the way until October. We have a very special guest that will be coming on the show to wrap up Peacemaker at the end of it. So October, it's shit. It's funny because I'm thinking of like October when it comes around. It's only going to be 3 months to Christmas. I'm like, holy shit, goddamn. Christmas is right around the corner, and I got to start thinking about the Christmas episodes. So that's also on the cards too. So I got to think about that. So, going into this, there's been obviously a lot of confusion, but like, how does this all fit into James Gunn's new DCU? Because of course, Peacemaker was part of the Suicide Squad, which was part of the old DCEU. So which the answer to that gets completely taken care of right at the start. So the events in season 1 of Peacemaker all did happen. The only change is the fact that the Justice League at the end is the Justice Gang, which we do see Superman, we do see Supergirl, we see Hawkgirl, and we see Green Lantern. And then they took Mr. Terrific as well. So that's the only thing that's slight change. Still fits into the whole DCU. It didn't feel out of place. It does still fit in, but that's what we do get. And now we pick up and see what these guys, the team, is up to, which doesn't look too good. So Peacemaker, Chris, John Cena, which I feel for John Cena at the moment because for any wrestling fans, he's currently on his retirement tour from the WWE, which he has made it very clear the fact he will not. There is no magic dollar, there's no magic mount, there's no nothing. After this, he's out. He's leaving the WWE, and look, he's been quite forward about it. It's not because he doesn't enjoy anymore. It's not because he just wants to go to Hollywood, which basically he's been doing that for the past 10, even longer years. Is the fact that he's just said the fact it's his body. He can't. He's starting to feel sore. God, look who we've got. Look who we've got online. We've got Danny Boy. What's crappin', legend, mate? It's good to see you, good sir. I will get back to your message too because I see your message on Instagram. But for the ladies and gentlemen, ranters and rantettes, this is Danny Boy, and you need to go subscribe to his channel. You need to follow him on Instagram. This man is killing it. And not to mention, his show is fantastic. I'm a guest on it, and he's had some great guests on it. So, great guests on it so far. So definitely go check it out. This man, his reels. Best is his beer reviews. I've been enjoying your beer reviews, good sir. Keep it coming. Should do that. I've thought about doing that just with like bourbon and whiskey. Just doing like a whole review thing. Not to mention, if you haven't, I forgot the guy's name. There's a podcaster he talks about, I think it's called Beer in Review. And he does these reels. It's a great guy. I love his channel. And basically he talks about the beer, but then he's got like this little turntable thing for his reels, and the beer just rotates. Here, look at this. I absolutely love it. It's a great, exactly right. Damn right. It's a great, Danny Boy, it's a great excuse to drink, and it's for content. You're goddamn right it is. That's I told you, as I've said previously, we're up to episode 211 of the main streak of episodes, and I can tell you because this show was being COVID, starting COVID, the first 60 episodes, we were not sober for a single episode. So definitely go check that out. But you goddamn right, Danny boy. But thanks for coming past, as always. So Peacemaker. So it definitely explains the fact of where he is. Oh, sorry, going back to John Cena. Yeah, he's retiring. He's only got, as I'm recording this, he's only got like 10 dates left, and that is it for Mr. Cena. And it's been done. And I know with every single wrestler, basically, which we saw with Shawn Michaels, Undertaker, the whole thing is the fact there's that magical number which will come back. I don't think he will. I think this is it, because generally people have a retirement match and that's it. But the fact he's doing a whole retirement tour, I'm fully agree with the fact that this is his swan song, if you will, right up into the sunset. And there's going to be a lot of people crying on his last match because like myself, grew up with John Cena. He's always been there, part of the WWE as a wrestling fan. He's all part of it, and he's one of the old pillars, if you will, of the ruthless aggression era. And when you look at with Batista, you look at with John, Edge, Cena, Punk. It's like, okay, it's like when you realize your heroes are just your heroes are getting old, they're retiring, they're moving on to the next generation, which the generation is already there, but you just make it realize just how old you are. But don't worry, he's still going to be he does still kick ass in this. James Gunn, again, I know this is only for episode 1, but I think he's done a fantastic job of just hooking you in. So basically Peacemaker Chris is having a whole dilemma at the moment, that he wants to be part of the Justice Gang. He's not part of the Justice Gang because they don't want him. They think he's an idiot. He's a dumbass. And we also get Maxwell Lord, which is cool. Even though he has said that he will not be finding Wonder Woman, thank God, which of course we know is James Gunn's brother, Sean Gunn. So we do get that. We got Amelia Harcourt, which she's basically getting a dump from every single agency at the moment. She's just getting dumped, and she's basically just going out here absolutely bashed. And Peacemaker does like her, love her. She doesn't feel the same way back, so that sucks. And yes, he does. And to get over everything getting dumped from I was supposed to say System Lords, Stargate, but from the Justice Gang. And he has an orgy. Yes, I'm saying it has an orgy for the whole thing, which is just wild. And of course, he goes into his massive cabinet or storage facility, which has all of his helmets in, which his dad showed him, which he realizes a little bit further down, there's a doorway to a parallel universe where he is actually the hero, which he meets his brother. His dad loves him because, he killed his brother. His dad loves him. He's so out of place. He loves it. He bumps into the Peacemaker of his universe. They fight. He kills him in such a funny way. I love the deaths in here. Kills him. And basically he's going to, from what you can see from the trailer, he's going to stay there. He's not going to, he's going to stay there, try and be Peacemaker of that universe and not go back home due to what's happened. So it's really interesting to see. Also like to shout out to Crypto. Thanks for coming past me on the YouTube. Oh, girl, can't see from the photo. But thanks for coming past. I really appreciate it. And so that's basically the episode in a whole nutshell. And of course we get Rick Flag Sr., which we does get mention the fact that Peacemaker did kill his son. So we basically, the entire team is split up. They're still recovering about what happened with the end of season 1. Even though they saved the world, they're still being completely shafted in every direction. or have broken up, and either broken up with their partners or not working. So my curious thing is to see how much from the episodes are we going to be in this new universe from Peacemaker trying to find out, enjoy the new universe until something goes wrong, or is it going to be going back and forth, or is there going to be another villain on top of that? Is there going to be another threat on top of that again? It's because this is after Superman, because Peacemaker was in Superman as a cameo, and of course, Frank Grillo, who plays Rick Flag Sr., he was in Superman, and he was also in Creature Commandos. Even though in Creature Commandos he had white hair, not black hair, so just the small little details like that. But and it's just interesting what's going to be happening forward. The whole dimension of parallel universes goes into that. But I'm glad, characters like Frederick Patrick coming back as White Dragon. Is good. We also get the new dance number, and I'm going to be one of those people. I like the new dance. I don't like the song with the new dance. I feel like Do You Want to Taste It was just really in your face. It was really like, this is the vibe of the show. Let's go, go, go. But this new theme, I'm a bit like, okay, doesn't really, it wasn't really like, whoo. Wow, that was really good, because there was like, oh, there's a new song, it's gonna be new. I'm like, okay. And then when I saw it, I was a bit like, the anticlimactic. It wasn't like a cool dance number. Everyone and the whole parallel universe also plays in the dance number, which is really cool. But at the same time, like, not feeling it at all. And look, and after Superman, I am so happy to dive back into this universe so quickly. And again, actually, while I'm recording this too, for everyone who would like to know, Superman will be coming on streaming services tomorrow for you to buy. So wherever you want to buy your latest movies, you can go watch that. Superman will be right there, which is really good timing, because James Gunn did mention the fact that he wanted to get Superman to people as quickly as possible, so people could watch it at home if you haven't seen it for Peacemaker. So it made a little bit more sense, especially the whole shifting of the different DCU, which makes perfect sense on why they need to do that. So that's the reason. And the cameos of Hawkgirl and Green Lantern was great. It's good seeing these characters back already so soon, which is fantastic. But the episode does whack up a punch. The orgy was very surprising. Him killing his clone. Spoilers altogether. It was a bit surprising. But I'm just really happy with these characters, because, God, it feels ages since we've seen them all together. Yeah, Peacemaker was... When was Peacemaker? I think it was 2 years ago. God, how long was that? Peacemaker... Peacemaker was actually 2022. That's actually a lot older than I thought. I was like, how long's it been? But 2022. And of course, as we're recording this, there is no mention of the fact of a season 3 for this. But hopefully it lives up to the first season. But to me, it's a strong episode. We got it all filtered through. We got everyone together. Nothing's really missing. It's still wild. It's still bloody. And at the moment, between watching this and watching Twisted Metal, it's good. It's good content right now. It's good streaming services. So hopefully Peacemaker, unlike Last of Us Season 2, stays in the high all the way at the end and doesn't bloody drop. That would be really nice. But ladies and gentlemen, ranters and rantettes, I want to know, what did you think about Peacemaker Season 2, Episode 1? Did it fill the void? Are you just going to wait until all the episodes drop? Are you going to be getting Superman tomorrow when that comes out? Are you going to be jumping onto Helldivers with the Xbox players? That's going to be interesting. But as again, strong episode, strong start. Where this, are we going to see Amanda Waller in this? Because we've got her daughter. What's going to happen? Shipbeard, how much is he going to put? Any other great cameos that we're going to see leading into this? That would be awesome. That'd be nice because I don't want a lot of cameos. I don't want the ridiculous stuff, but it'd be nice to get this little reference right here. Because, as I mentioned earlier, Superman and Supergirl were there in that shot, which you probably would have already seen, but it was only a silhouette. That's it. They didn't talk, nothing. Just this. Of course, they would have just had to because of timing, scheduling, all the fun stuff. But look, ladies and gentlemen, ranters and rantettes, thank you so much for joining me this episode. As always, new episodes come out every single week. We go live every single week for a rant. So go follow our on socials. Go check out the Letterboxd. Let's stay up to date. And as always, until next time, is it going to work this time? It didn't work last week. As always, until next time, happy ranting.
Thanks for listening to Lights, Camera, Rant. If you like the show, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss a single episode. While you're at it, leave us a rating and review, and be sure to tell your friends. Until next time, happy